Hello! Hello, good day, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. Bear! GG on first. Also GG on a 5-stream streak. Easy cheeseburger recipe. So, like, are you asking for an easy cheeseburger recipe? Like, the easiest cheeseburger recipe is probably go to your nearest fast food and or burger establishment and ask them for a cheeseburger. Boom, done. I mean, if you're gonna make a cheeseburger, I guess it kind of depends on what you want. Like, do you want it to be good? Do you want it to just be fine? Like, I mean, you could technically just take high fat content beef and just make it into patties. If you do that, you'd probably want to cook it in like a pan. Might be fall aparty. Personally, if I'm making like hamburgers, I actually use the same recipe that I use for meatloaf, which is I typically make them 3 meat. Although if it's burgers, I'm probably just gonna make 2 meat. I probably just do like beef and turkey. For meatloaf, I usually do beef, turkey, and sausage. See, then, you know, you got some egg, you got some Worcestershire, you got, breadcrumbs. So for meatloaf, I use Italian breadcrumbs. For, if I know I'm gonna just make hamburgers, I'd probably just go with, like, regular breadcrumbs, like, unflavored. Then, you know, mix that up. Maybe a splash of milk. I don't really know what the milk does. I'm gonna be honest here. All I know is the recipe calls for it, so I do it. Mince up onion. I like minced up onion in it. You know, some salt and pepper. Probably I would skip the pepper ever since we figured out that Torny seems to have like a mild allergy to black pepper. I try and not use that. I don't know if she's affected by white pepper. So maybe I could put in a little bit of white pepper. Let's see, then, you know, mix that all up. That'd be pretty good. Obviously, you did say cheeseburger. This is for hamburgers. Once you have your patty and it's cooking, when it's mostly done, throw a slice of cheese on there. You know? Like maybe you know, maybe have it searing on one side, and when that side's done, flip it over, and then when it's about half the time for searing on the other side, throw the cheese on there. And let the cheese sit while it finishes cooking. Hello, Fedge. Hello, Deadly. Deadly is doing the hi-bye. I'm guessing Deadly's probably invested. I think Deadly's watched a bunch of blueprints, and I'm pretty sure Colette's blueprinting it up. I think there's 2 people. Mika might also be blueprinting? I don't know. There's all kinds of stuff going on tonight. There's all kinds of stuff going on tonight that's like stuff I either can't or am not watching, which is like wild to me. Like when I was getting ready, whenever I get ready to drive home, I usually turn on a stream to listen to something on my way home. And there was basically nothing I could watch or listen to, I should say. Buy boxed burger patty, grill, and stack like 3 together with cheese. True. You know, I never really buy like frozen burger patties. I don't know if there's good ones or not. My mom used to get Costco has some. And she did used to get, like, Costco sells them in, like, this, like, tube. Like, I mean, like a roll. Like the burger patties are all, the frozen ones are all in a big stack. Those ones were alright. They weren't, like, great. But they were pretty, they were, like, pretty fine. They were, like, a little bit better than a fast food ones, I think. They were perfectly serviceable. The fact that you could get so many of them, it was like 30 patties for very little money. So, uh, that was pretty good, and it was something that I could easily make for dinner. Uh, in high school, I did a bunch of like. So my family was very big. Both my father and mother big on the whole kids do cooking. So all children in both households cooked regularly. So frozen burger patties, pretty simple thing for me to make. But just grill those. Hello, Minish. Frozen patties are ass. Well, I think most of them probably are. The Costco ones are fine. I don't think they were bad. The ones that I see normally in stores terrify me, so I've never gotten them. Well, bless you. But I've had bad burgers before, and I just feel like bad burgers probably are from those. Scammed again. Sorry, your scam streak was killed. Add a small amount of margarine to the pan while I burger so it rehydrates them faster than pure meat juice. Rehydrates them? I'm sorry. Excuse me. There's an implication given by the phrase rehydrates them, which is that you're using dehydrated burgers. Do you have dehydrated burgers? And he said it rehydrates them better than the meat juice. Do you have, like, dehydrated burgers that you then, like, soak? Is this a thing? I'm curious. I'm curious about these dehydrated burgers. Hello now. Alright. Well, I am starting a bit late today. I'm starting like 40 minutes later than I meant to, but I slowly ate dinner. I didn't eat dinner quickly, so here we are. We are starting today with paint. I haven't worked on paint. I kept meaning to work on paint like before bed last few streams, and I didn't. So we're gonna work on it now. Just hopping in to say hi before bed. Well, I hope that you have a wonderful sleep. Yeah, if you have dreams, I hope that they're very pleasant. No bad dreams. The case of like 20 patties are bad. Those always turn into a liquid on the grill. Yeah, see that was kind of like my thinking, is that that those are probably bad. The Costco ones are also like 20 patties, but again, they're like different. They're specifically pretty good, and they come in a tube. Oh, you also, Fedge, you're the one that has like the industry style grill, right? Like a flat grill. Or you have a friend that has one, I think. I think that's you. I feel like that's you. It's a friend that does. Okay. I'm so jealous of that. I would love, like, I don't know if I'll ever have my own, like, house. But there's always these things I think about if I do have a house. And one of those things, I would love an industrial style grill for my like stove. Like, picture this. Picture a flat top stove grill, like that. So I mean, I see no reason why you couldn't put pots and pans on that, right? So it probably still work. And then under that you have like a convection oven. That'd be so good. I don't know. Under his air fryer, I could kind of so I could see that in that, like, an air fryer is functionally a convection oven that has like a stronger fan and usually has like a higher temperature it can hit. So I would like that would be fine as long as it can do the delicate stuff. Like my biggest issue with air fryers is that usually they can't be as like cool. Like a convection, like a regular oven can do some lower temps, which sometimes matters. Not often, but you know, sometimes. My my dad uses I think his is technically a convection oven, although I don't think that part matters as much. But he uses his oven to make like essentially beef jerky every now and then. Like um I don't know if it's because there was like a butcher place that had like some cuts of meat that were inexpensive or what. He was telling me about it once, but he essentially just like has. I think it's in winter. Is part of this is like he'll just have the oven like cracked at a low temperature and have this like these meat in a on a pan in it and just have it kind of dehydrate. I don't know. He tried to convince me to do it once. He swears it was great. Hello, Eagle Eyes. I had pull up stuck in my head for like 6 hours and I blame you and Bjorto. I accept all the blame. I mean, Bjorto is the one who told me about it, so I guess like you could blame Bjorto, although I know that I've re-brought it up. That song's great. It's one of those songs that it's like I don't know if cheesy is the right word. I don't typically like share it with people because I feel like a lot of music that I like is cheesy. Again, I don't have a better word. Like most people are like, why do you listen to this? And that is definitely in that group. Like I've mentioned this before, not in a while, but I really like what's the term for this? Like parody music, but not just like Weird Al parody music, but like fandom music, I guess. Some communities end up with like groups that do a lot of music for the community, like that a lot of times will be like parody music or something, and it's usually, I think, very good. Um, League of Legends had some music contests early on, like when it was new, and that inspired like a bunch of groups to do League of Legends music. And so because of that, there were like a handful of like I mean there was a ton of good League of Legends music that came out. Um, but then there was also like a few groups that just continued doing it. Like they got together to make some and ended up continuing to make League of Legends like music for a while. I particularly listened to a lot of Plentakill. Plentakill being one of the groups that just did a ton of League of Legends parody music. There's so many songs that I've never heard the original of, but I have listened to a League of Legends version of it so much. Like the fine print, I'm not familiar with the fine print, but probably. My answer, like my guess is probably. Also, Deadly and Bear with all the redeems. We'll do cat treats a little later. I'll try and make sure we do them tonight before end, but probably not for a little bit. Thank you for reminding me not to die and to do the thing and to hydrate. I'm about halfway through a cherry limeade water tonight. I have a regular water next to me after I finish this. We're finishing up some vacuuming. GG vacuuming. Today's been a very productive day for a lot of people today. Etty did the kind of like co-working stream where it you know had it had some Factorio VOD playing MIT battery style while it did chores. I think it did some vacuuming, some dishes, some laundry. Like got a bunch of stuff done during that. which is pretty cool. Arnie did a bunch of chore stuff today. Very, very appreciative of that. Buy the Stupendium about Outer Wild. I haven't heard it. If you have a link, feel free to post it somewhere. I would like to listen to it. Yeah, a lot of game communities have good music. I listened to gosh, a friend of mine found this band that did a lot of Doctor Who music when we were in college, and we listened to a lot of it. I can't remember the name of it. That's gonna bother me. Hold on. I have to see if I can find it really quick. One moment. Chameleon Circuit. Chameleon Circuit. Okay. We listened to a lot of Chameleon Circuit music. Although Chameleon Circuit wasn't parody, so I guess it's not exactly the same. But it was just like music just from the fandom. Basically, I think part of this, I've told Tarny, but part of this is that, like, there's something about people that really, like, love a thing, like, they, love a game or something, you know, they love their community space, they love a show, that go to then, like, create things for it that, just makes my soul happy. Like, I feel like there's a lot of like game music that's made by fans of the games that just makes my soul happy because the people are passionate about it. Like, people doing things that they're passionate about just makes me feel so good. Links are okay. Yeah, links are fine here. Oh, it's Outer World, not Outer Wilds. Okay. Outer Worlds definitely a lot less interesting to me, but if it's a good song, it's a good song. Ratleg made a very good Outer Wild song. This is why I love OCR. I don't know what OCR is. When I say CR, I think Chemical Romance. Like, I feel like this is a type of MCR. Maybe original Chemical Romance. Hold on, wait. What's the thing? Don't steal OP? Don't steal OC? Yeah, this is original character Chemical Romance. I chime in with the haven't you people ever heard of? That is not My Chemical Romance. That is Panic at the Disco. That's Panic at the Disco. It's a different group. One of the few bands that I've gone to a concert for because I was invited to a Panic at the Disco concert. Amusingly, it was a pretty good concert. There were like 2 opening performances by bands that I cannot remember the name of. I liked the 2 opening performances a lot. And even though I liked Panic at the Disco a lot at the time, Panic at the Disco live, not particularly great. Like, maybe better now. Especially since, like, you know, later it came out that they didn't really like the music they were performing. Like, they weren't huge fans of their first album. Overclocked Remix, just a very old site that does video game remixes, as old as Newgrounds. Interesting. You're gonna eat the pudding. You can't eat the pudding. I want pudding. Also, hello, Manish.
Hi.
How you doing?
Doing alright.
Excellent. Alright. Wow, we have not really been sent new tools. That's wild. I mean, I have a line tool. Line tool's pretty powerful. I think I already had line. Wait, no, I have a paint bucket. Holy shit. Okay. Also... Yeah, I know. I forgot. But also, I'm pretty sure I had recolored this bottom area. Maybe I hadn't. I thought I did, but I must not have. Alright. We want side-by-side mode. And then... Boop. Boop. Boop.
I wish I had a paint bucket.
I also wish you had a paint bucket. Torny also wishes that she had a paint bucket. But alas, only I do. It's great to be me. That's not true, but I pretend. Wow, I am already almost at 50%, which is what I was trying to get to this paint really quick.
I should check if I can get any fill tool. No, I can't.
Where are my next checks at? How did I not send a check out? 43? I feel like I should have, but I don't see that I sent any. Also seen Panic at the Disco live with 21 pilots and fits in the tantrums. Oh wow, very cool. Yeah, that reminds me of like going to like the big like concert events. Like I had a friend that used to go to Shoot. I don't know what one of the big like music festival things that kind of happens in Washington. And he would see a lot. I mean, there were a lot of bands that would play at once there, like multiple stages and all that. Well, why did I put a blue line there? That's the wrong... I'm a fool. Okay. Okay, that's pretty good. Alright, so we need... here... two... here? Yeah, that's pretty good. Is that the wrong color? Oh my god, that's fine. Might have been my first non-religious proper concert. Nice, nice. Yeah, I've only been to a few concerts. Honestly, the only concert that, like, I really wish I could go to more of, Weird Al used to do a concert, a free concert, every year at the Puyallup Festival, like a big, like, state festival thing. And I went to that 2 years in a row, and I was really excited to go the next year. And then he stopped doing it. Like, he'd been doing it for many years, like, I don't know, at least 5 years. He'd been doing it for quite a while, and then stopped doing it. Which, like, fair. But also, I was bummed because, like, they were very good. His performances were always just absolutely phenomenal. What other concert I go to? I went to a Jason Mraz concert. There's a Stardew Valley Orchestra that's happening in LA, and I hope I can go. Oh, I did go to I did go to a Zelda symphony. I went to I believe it was called Symphony of the Goddesses. It happened in Seattle. That was pretty good. I know that Beavers is in Cal. Where in Cal? I don't. That you were gonna hand out tech tips, like Linus tech tips. That's very funny. That's the wrong. Don't forget to plug in your toaster so your Wi-Fi works better. This is Linus Tech Tips. I'm just picturing like what is it? Is it Lionel in Stardew? I guess it's Linus there too, isn't it? Well, we just need tech tips by Linus from Stardew. That would be pretty good. Horny's playing a new game. It's what if Stardew was a vampire? What if Stardew was a vampire? I don't know what Seb is. Torny's playing Vampire Rancher. Sebastian. No. I heard when is Stardew. I see. If good news and less good news. What's up, Tiger Mama? What are your newses? I hope the less good news is not, like, secretly terrible news. Not that I don't want you to say terrible news if you have it. I'm, like, crossing my fingers. I'm hoping there's not a terrible news you have. The good news! I made delicious apple cake today. Nice. Apple cake pretty good. I haven't had apple cake in a while. I don't know if I've had apple cake since I moved from Delaware. The apple cake, like, seasonally be there. The thing is, there were apple orchards all over there, and I, for some reason, thought there were apple orchards around here, but I was apparently wrong. Less good news. I have eaten it all already. No. No. I could go for like a proper apple. I should really learn how to make pie because I understand that it's not difficult. Like, my understanding is that making pie is not actually that difficult, and I love pie. So I should really learn how to make pie. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe it's dangerous. But, like, I don't know. I just want to do things that get me, like, cooking more regularly. I just don't cook as much as I used to. Like, I used to cook regularly. Like, a lot. I mean, Torny can vouch. I used to cook all the time. I just don't cook as much as I used to. I would really like to. It's so hard to, like, want to cook. Well, I mean, part of it is just having easily getting groceries. Like, my legs aren't very great, and I don't really want to go grocery shopping after work very often. I think this is actually the one upside to when I used to work an evening shift all the time. Is part of why I don't want to go grocery shopping after work. Is because I don't want to go to a crowded store when I get off work, which, like, I usually get off work at, 5 or 6. And when I used to get off work at like 11, like years ago, I used to get off work at 11. And then I could go to the store, which was open until 1 a.m., and it was mostly empty. So I could kind of sleepily, shuffle around the store at my own pace. There weren't people there. Gather whatever I wanted. Sometimes I'd be on the phone with Torny the whole time I was shopping, much to her dismay. But it was just nice. Nice. But now, not me. I think I'd also like to go. I like going grocery shopping with Torny. But it's really inconvenient to, like, get off work, come home to pick Torny up, and then go grocery shopping. It's like, I have to backtrack. Tomorrow's gonna be banana muffins. You know what? Would it be weird to start, like, a cooking book club? Like, making desserts book club? This is to just say, I just want to, like, have a reason, have an excuse to make things. Banana muffins sound great. Canis! In honor of Canis, we sip our water. That's such a good email. That's so good. Also, welcome on in. I hope you are doing well this evening, morning. I think it's technically morning for you. I am pretty sure it's morning. Although I guess morning is whatever time it is when you first wake up, right? I'm a big believer in morning is what time it is when you wake up, regardless of what a clock says. Woke up at around 1:30 a.m. Now it's 5. I love baking. I just need to find the motivation to spend it in the kitchen. So I think part of my issue is that I don't want to spend a day in the kitchen. But I also know that the big thing is that a lot of stuff doesn't actually feel like spending a day in the kitchen if you break it up appropriately. Like I think Daggett's talked about this. Like, I think it was Daggett. Maybe it was somebody was talking about it. But like if you want to do your own homemade like pizza dough or something, like a lot of stuff is go do some stuff that might take like 10 or 15 minutes. Maybe throw on a YouTube video, watch it while you do some stuff, and then like break your task up throughout like a day or two. Like work on some stuff a bit, then set it aside, then come back to it later. Like a lot of things you can do that with. Busy grocery stores make me anxious. Yeah. I mean, that's a big thing. I really don't like being in like a crowded grocery store. I find it very off-putting. So I will probably never do a pie stream. I will probably not stream me making pie. How about Pie the Tasmanian Tiger? I'm not really sure how to respond to that, to be honest. Okay, I'm doing absurd amounts of detail when I have a lot of percentage I could get by just doing other stuff. So let's do the other stuff, because I wanted to maybe play something like Noita or something for a little bit before we're done tonight. right. Okay, so we got a ton of canvas added. The canvas notably adds like a ton of percentage that you can get with doing almost no effort. By just filling it in. Right there, I just sent out so many checks. He just sent out so much. We're making progress. We're getting so many checks sent out. Like just getting these big sections of like color put in. It may not look very good, but it gives us a big chunk of percentage. like this kind of reminds me of in like sciences, you know, you have like the scientific method, right? uh One of the things you like measure at the end of this, you say you have your accuracy. What is it? Your accuracy, your precision. Oh, what are the parts? Essentially, at least in chemistry, you see how, like, if you do something a few times, one thing you look at is how close to you were you, like how close were you to the expected results. Like if something is known, to like result, you know, if you know that 1 plus 1 equals 2, and you keep adding 1 plus 1 together, and how close are you to getting 2 as your answer? Like, you keep getting, 1.9, that's pretty close. If you keep getting, like 0.5, that's not very close. But then there's like, I think that's precision. I mix the terms up, but then there's a different one that's essentially how repeatable. Like, if you do an experiment 3 times, if you get basically the exact same answer all 3 times, that means that's actually like better. Even if your answer is like pretty wrong, that means you are clearly executing the steps all like accurately. So there's just something wrong somewhere. But you're consistent. Whereas if you're getting drastically different results every time, that means you're not doing it consistently. So something is probably wrong with how you're doing stuff. Anyway, all of that is to say that this may not look pretty, but it gets us results. Like if you got the whole thing to look visually close, but it was like not the accurate color, that would like get you less points than having the exact accurate colors just in large swaths of space. Which is actually something that's been discussed in the channel for this game. Basically, there's thoughts to maybe try implementing a way where the way it checks for your similarity also looks for hard edges in the images. So like where these lines are, like for the clouds, it would look to see if you're kind of matching those. So if it determines that you kind of have this kind of curve, and what you actually put there is very blocky, then it would take points away from your similarity. That's not currently implemented, and it may not be. The person who runs this isn't super interested in like tweaking the way that works too much right now. So unless somebody else adds it, probably won't be added, at least anytime soon. But I do think it would be cool to have the way similarity is calculated changed, because obviously people that are making very visually accurate images should probably be getting more credit than me, who's putting giant squares all over and just racking up the points. Like, you know? Like, sure, I'm not cheating. If we were cheating, we would just use an image that didn't require, like, some effort. But, like, also, we're clearly not doing this in the most artistry of ways. But we're doing it our way. And, Frank Sinatra would approve of that, I think. Right? I do it my way. Anyone here have a fear of heights before I ask a related question? I'm fine with you asking the question. I do have a terrible fear of heights, but you can still ask the question. Technically, so like this is only half helpful. You can post the question in spoiler tags in the Twitch Discord channel on Discord, and unless it got broke in an update, which is very possible, it would transfer it over to Twitch chat as square blocks. instead of the message. But then people would have to go to Discord to go unspoiler the question. So, like, you know, it's not actually that helpful. But I'm fine with you posting the question, for what it's worth. I do have a fear of heights, but only in a weird way a question won't affect it. Interesting. Precision versus accuracy. Yeah, Tiger Mama. That I was pretty sure what I was thinking of was precision versus accuracy. The problem is I can't remember exactly which is to which. Like, it's all muddied up in my brain. Playing Peak has been a double-edged sword. Yeah. Etty! Hello, Etty. I hope you had presumably a good rest. I obviously was like not around whenever your stream ended, but I assume it would have ended for rest time. I hope. If that is the case, that the rest went well. You have not slept. Oh, wow. I am a fool. I mean, I think we all knew that. But that's okay. Ah. Me. I'm gonna be smart and round off these edges to get some bonus points. Also me. Is a buffoon. I was planning on switching from Paint to Noita, but as I do this, my perpetual eepiness is actually starting to hit me a little bit. So I think, much like the last few nights, I'll probably end up ending stream earlier than I historically do, so that I don't accidentally stay up too late and end up getting in bed sooner. Not that I'm ending stream now, to be clear. I'm not saying now. I just mean, like, the plan was to get to 50%, which we did a while ago. And then switch games, because somebody had something hinted at 50%. So basically, plan was to get that for them, and then switch games to get some more stuff in Noita. However, it turns out I was a good dwarf earlier today, and I did not overdrink caffeine. And the caffeine that I did consume earlier in the day is starting to wear off. So this unearned extra energy is leaving me. It's not in us forever. We must give it back to the caffeine lords. Caffeine lord, lord of caffeine. The song's great. Don't let anyone tell you you didn't earn that energy, dwarf. It's rightfully yours. That energy. That energy, no. I stole that energy. I stole that energy long ago. We found a caffeine witch. We took the caffeine witch's curse. And that was to have an energy source. To perk us up a bit. Help us get tasks done. Help us think. But at a cost. Perpetual eepiness as it wore off. We would become hooked on the caffeine. We would need the caffeine to function. And without the caffeine. Without it, we become tired. We become weak. Unable to think. Unable to function. Unable to exist. The curse runs deep. You can't just escape it. It's part of you. You can only learn to live with it. They call it humanity. This is where it's like a big reveal that it just turns out that humans are perpetually tired. We're just always tired. This is what we were all working towards the whole time. Turns out this was our big reveal. You know, this was our Statue of Liberty in the sand. But you're true. Mushrooms, this was the second reveal. The second reveal is that mushroom folk and humans are the same. Oh my god. Or at least similar. Ow. Oh shit. Your mushroom turban is wherever you left it. It turns out decentralized IntelliGi. Yeah, we're gonna roll with IntelliGi. Decentralized IntelliGi are also part mushroom. And technically it's not giving you energy, but rather stimulating your metabolism, where you then produce more energy of your own, but probably right. It's probably the witch. But you were the chosen one, dwarf. You were supposed to bring balance to the thing high atop the other thing. No, not the thing high atop the other thing. I should have known. Oh, whoa. We could just steal some points today real quick. What? Scap is sending us some palette colors. Let's go. Thank you, Scap. Wait, I have a mushroom turban, but I am a water spirit. It turns out water spirits, mushrooms, humans, they're all decentralized intelligy. They're fungi, intelligy fungi. I'm building a bridge in Minecraft over lava. When I look down, or otherwise get scared of falling, I get a physical ache in my toes. I'm curious if that's a me thing or a human thing. An ache in the toes. Interesting.
I usually feel it in my balls.
Yeah, well, that's why I said the toes was interesting to me. I think it's so. I mean, that's like where the term like butterflies in your stomach when it comes to like heights and stuff. Like most people, I think, feel it in their body, but yeah, somewhere like in a weird non-existent area, like kind of around their stomach or groinal region. Some people say like, in my balls, but like it's not really in your balls. Some vicinity, this like non-existent existence within you. Toads, water spirits are pretty fun guys. It's true. Are they like menstrual cramps? Maybe. But the butterflies are basically the same as menstrual cramps, right? Corny says no, but I think, maybe. Okay, he was looking at the hallway. I guess he still is, it just doesn't show as good in this camera because he's in the other bed. You can't see the stare that I see. Hello, Bazaki. Hi. What you looking at? Do you even know what you're looking at? No. I will, my plan is to work on this for probably about 10 more minutes, and then we'll do cat treats, and then I'll probably wrap up stream. Kind of round in these. Let's see.
ネガティブな話題を口にするな。辛くても進むことをやめるんじゃない。ピースなバイブレーションでアークを描き、このアースに負けないオブジェを作れ。チゲだ、ファンキーだ、みんな黙って俺についてこい。イエ、チゲだ、ファンキーだ、みんな必死で俺についてこい。カモン、チゲだ、ファンキーだ、みんな黙って俺についてこい。イエ、チゲだ、ファンキーだ、みんな必死で俺についてこい。カモン、チゲだ、ファンキーだ、みんな黙って俺についてこい。イエ、チゲだ、ファンキーだ、みんな必死で俺についてこい。カモン、チゲだ、ファンキーだ、みんな黙って俺についてこい。イエ、チゲだ、ファンキーだ、みんな必死で俺についてこい。カモン。
Ah! Did I go to the bathroom and miss discussion of my question? I don't think so. But also, hello, Colette and Raiders. We've probably been going for over an hour, and I don't think I ran ads again, which means everyone's coming into ads. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for those coming into pre-rolls. But hello! Welcome on in. For those coming in that do not know me, I am Dwarfboot, aka Dwarf, aka Ryan. You can refer to me however you wish. I am doing some MSPaint randomizer. I'm working on MSPaint randomizer for Archipelago. If that sounds absurd to you, I assure you it is absurd, and I love it. I love it so much. I highly recommend MSPaint randomizer for Archipelago. Yeah. I hope the blueprinting went well. Is every blueprint stream a single day? Is this the secret? Is the secret that it's a single day? You did 2 days? Good job. I'm so proud. Let's go 2 days. You learned so much. Nice. Have the notes been feeling good now that it's been a little bit? I like taking notes in like big thinky games, not only because they're helpful, but I also feel like I'm more observant when I'm trying to take notes. Like, I might dismiss things mentally without even thinking about it because like I'm not noting them down. Like I feel like I get myself to pay more attention by taking notes. I don't have a canvas. I have one, but not anything on it. That's okay. That's fine. I mean, the cool thing is, like, you also are able to, you know, see that graph view thing. Because of how I've always taken the notes so far, I haven't gotten to use the really funky, cool looking graph view that like shows your connections or your links or whatever. So, one day. Yeah, I mean, realistically, you can always have graph paper. You can always use graph paper for anything. But yeah, I'm a big fan of digital notes because I like screenshots and I like manipulating screenshots. Oat is notably a big paper notes enjoyer. I don't think there's anything wrong with paper notes. I'm bad at handwritten notes. I like being able to like manipulate my own notes later, and I feel like I can do that with digital notes in a way that I can't with paper notes. Now, with paper notes, you get a kind of cooler takeaway. Like, a lot of people have commented on the map that I've been making for Noita. I've had a few people say they're a little bummed that I haven't been taking like I wasn't exporting like a separate save every time I updated it, so that you could like see a time lapse of that map growing. Oat takes paper notes. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Searching in paper notes is a pain, yeah. Anyway, as always, Colette, if you're ending because you've got to go do stuff, you know, don't feel any obligation to stay. To anyone that does want to stay, like I said when we're coming in, we are doing some MSPaint randomizer. If you are wondering, what the fuck is MSPaint randomizer? First of all, it's amazing. Second of all, the way it works, your overall goal is to recreate a picture of your choice. So on the right over here is a picture that Torny created specifically for people to use as a goal image for this. She put a lot of effort into making it kind of hard to recreate based on like the way that it like checks your score, while still being like reasonable and fun. Like obviously you could just have static noise, but static noise would be a little more difficult. But it depends. So we're trying to recreate this. Our tools, we'll zoom in for a moment. So our tools are over here. If you remember MSPaint, you have your little toolbar. You start this randomizer with a single tool of your choice. I always choose to start with the pencil tool because I think starting with the pencil tool is it feels really good to be given any other way to draw. Like the pencil tool is probably like one of the most painful ways to start this, but at the same time, like being given anything else to be able to draw with is such an improvement over the pencil tool that I really like starting with the pencil. Like it may be terrible to start with, but it feels really good to get progression, basically. You okay over there, Zach? I think Zach just spooked himself a little bit. So anyway, as you play it, your progressive items are the various tools. As you can see, we're still missing some of our tools. Like I don't have the regular brush tool yet. I have been using the spray can. Spray can pretty good. You also get sent progressive color depth. I think I might have all my color depth. I'm not sure. But you can like edit colors, but when you edit them, it like clamps it down to whatever the actual nearest like color you could make is, depending on what your current progressive color depth is. So like I might early in the game, you know, you might try and make like a yellow, but you can't really make the right shade of yellow. So like early game, I can't make these two different shades of yellow. I can make one of them. So early game, we're sticking with whatever yellow we can kind of make. And then people send you progressive color depth. We also get sent slots for color. You start with only like two color slots, so these are like little bonus things for your palette. These become a lot less important once you get eyedropper. Eyedropper is one of the most powerful tools in my opinion. You also have progressive canvas. if we go into this mode, you can see this little transparent section. This is this part of the canvas. I haven't been sent my whole canvas. So I literally cannot make this section of canvas. Oh. That's one of the biggest ways that this prevents you from just winning right away, because like even if you had like a flat color image and then you just painted your thing that color, you still don't have all the canvas. So yeah, it's pretty good. This is another way to kind of see it. So like everything in this side I've colored, in this bit I haven't. Down at the bottom here, it shows you this is what my percentage of similarity is. Currently at 66.9. My current quote-unquote logical goal percent is 81%. That doesn't really mean a lot. Like, honestly, this is just based on like your canvas size, plus I think it increases it a little bit based on your tools. You could technically, if you had all canvas, you could always like obviously make your whole thing. Well, and your color depth. I'm not quite sure how they calculate this, but you can almost always go over it. It can be hard depending on your image. But yeah, that's paint rando. You send checks out based on your percentage. So when I get this to 67% in a little bit, we'll send another check out. What the fuck is this Pokemon grub? Colette, that would be pre-Metapod. And I've been doing my Hollow Knight Archie with that, and I've been using it with Grub Train. And I'm playing with Grub Link. So there's 4 players playing Hollow Knight. And so that puts 100 Minish, I need the number again. I think Minish abandoned us. Whatever 46 times 4 is for people that are more awake than I am. There's so many grubs in the world. So very many grubs. And we can have that many grubs following us. So it's pretty great. 204 does not sound correct. That's too big of a number. Because 50 times 4... No, 46 times 4. Because 50 times 4 would be 200. So 46 times 4 cannot be 204. That doesn't make sense. It's gotta be smaller than that. Not with that attitude. 184, there we go. That sounds correct. Yeah, so there is 184 grubs in the Archie that are all considered my grubs, because anyone who's doing Grub Link has like their communal grubs. So I did have like 100 grubs following me, and then I accidentally went to Grubfather and I forgot that I have it set up so that whenever I go to Grubfather, like one of the options is that you can like turn in the grubs. So Grubfather took my 100 grubs. So now we only have a handful of them following us. That's okay. Misheard the first time. That's fair. Yeah. So Colette, part of why I made that skin before stream, like yesterday or 2 days ago. Very quickly. Very, very quickly. I think I made that skin in like 10 minutes or less. And it was just because I wanted a grub skin. I was like, okay, let's go see if someone, like, let's go find a grub skin to put on. That would be fun, right? That'd be silly. And then I discovered that I don't see any grub skins. Maybe there's grub skins that haven't been added to the main dock, but I didn't see any on the dock. And I was very sad. There's kits. It's not on the current dock though, I don't think. I searched grub on the dock and literally only found like grub night. But I wasn't sure if Pika ever like made full skins. I know that Pika was working on like, because Pika made a bunch of the grub dance emotes. I thought Pika was gonna make full grub skins, but I don't remember if they ever posted them anywhere. I guess I should have messaged Pika, but I didn't think about it. Yeah, I think the Pale King grub skin has just been like a screenshot of it has been shown off. Yeah. I don't know. Part of me was thinking about like making some actual like grub skins, like, you know, some recolors and some other stuff. Like the grub skin sprite sheet is not particularly like large. There's the doodle grub skin too, which I use the doodle grub skin on my like whenever I use Sketch Night, because I put all the doodle stuff into the Sketch Night folder. But when I want to use the doodle stuff recently, I've wanted to go like all in on it. So like I'll use Sketch Night and I have that, you know, transform the whole world into Doodle World, which I think is very fun. But some of the like intentional choppiness stuff is stuff that like I don't want all the time, I've decided. I don't know, at some point maybe I'll like fully make a big swap folder for like my all the time play, because there's some doodle stuff that I would like all the time, but some of them are choppy, and even though I'm okay with the choppy, I like don't always want it. There's one that makes the grubs look like Hornet. I don't remember if I saw that or not. Secretly, I'm trying to convince Torny to make a grub skin. Mostly, I try and convince Torny to make all kinds of things because I like her art a lot, and she made a few doodle bosses. She made 2 different. Yeah, she did a no eyes and she did a gorb. But I think it'd be cute if she did a little grub somehow. I don't know how, but it'd be fun. Okay, I should keep doing this because I do want to wrap up kinda soon. I know everyone just showed up. I said this before you all showed up, but my plan is to not actually stream very late. I want to try and at least send out 1 more %, and then I'll probably find somewhere to have us all go. That's right, I was working on this. Can't you too, but I can't find the PK grab. That's okay. That's okay. It's somewhere. What's going on with the split screen? So, there's 2 answers to that. So, we have it. It's directly split screen because of side-by-side mode, which makes it really easy to see your goal image right next to what you're working on. And then I am also currently using a difference mode, so we can you know, have the image by itself, but I cannot perfectly eyeball art. So there's 2. Agent Herbo! Welcome on in, Agent Herbo and Raiders. I hope that you were having a good stream. What were you up to? We're up to... You were up to some Deltarune. I hope the Deltarune went well. Colette, did Kit just send it to you, maybe? Because that seems like something that could have happened. Yeah, John, these modes were added. They are part of like the randomizer. Base MS Paint does not have such fancy modes, but they help. They help with the random. You know, kind of like Hollow Knight doesn't have bench warp, but it helps with the random. Playing Chapter 3, nice. I hope that your Deltarune Chapter 3 has been going well. If you ended your stream because you gotta go do stuff, do not feel obligated to stay. If you do want to stay, I'm not actually going too much longer. I was actually just saying I'm... Oh, I did send it out. God. I forgot that I was at 66.9, and I was thinking I was at 69, and then I was like, how did I go down %? No. We did go up a %. I was just planning on doing a little bit more of this, and then I was going to actually wrap up, because I am pretty tired. And I'm thinking that I want to get in bed early tonight. So what we might do, might fill this in, and then we might switch to cat treats. To everyone that just came in, we are about to do cat treats, actually. I did promise I would give the cats their treats before we ended stream. This is the secret way you have people wait until end of stream. You tell them you'll do cat treats at the end of stream. That is not why we're doing cat treats at the end of stream. It's just because I don't like doing them first thing. Get some of that. So the difference mode that I'm using, what you're seeing happening over here, this is not only showing me where I'm making marks, which is really important, but it's also communicating to me how accurate I am. Difference mode shows you kind of what color you're missing. So down here, so like right here, you can see there's white. This means that this needs to be more white, because there's a white cloud kind of thing. So this needs to be like removed. So we can do that. The kind of gray means that you're not missing a color. You can check for, in similarity mode, you can kind of look more at the like saturation accuracy a bit. If we... So in this mode, the closer to white something is, the more like it's matching what the original image has. That mode is really helpful for some things, but it's not as helpful for other things. And for what I'm doing right now, this mode is a bit more helpful. So like, because you can see this is blue, so I need more blue. The reason it's light blue instead of that shade of blue is because specifically that's like the difference between the correct blue, like the correct color that it is by that like value of blue. If we were to take like that and overlay it here, we would get the correct blue, more or less. So what if Blue Prince had a collab with Chooch? Could you imagine? Could you imagine doing like Unrailed through like the Blueprints house? This idea isn't very well thought out, but it amuses me. The concept amuses me a lot. I'm having a lot of, again, I've played for clarity here. I've not like played Blueprints. I did play like the demo during the next fest that it was out. Which was it's like you play through day 1. Which I don't know if that is the exact same as what the final game was. So, but just based on that knowledge, like this idea of taking the chooch train kind of through this house, very, very funny idea to me. My brain's like, oh, just do this one more thing, you know? We could get more percentage up. And that's clearly what I'm doing. I probably shouldn't be. Because then I'll keep doing this, and I really do want to, like, do the treats and get ready for bed. Alright, we're gonna make this outline. We're gonna really quick speed running MSPaint. We're just gonna really quick do this outline. Fastest outlining you've ever seen. You're probably like, oh my god, wow. How are we going so quickly? This is, oh my gosh, never before have I seen someone MSPaint so quickly. That's definitely the thoughts you're having, and not, what the hell am I watching right now? And then we're gonna go get this blue. Let's actually use the filled shape for this. So if we go, probably, I forgot that it did that. Oh. What? Oh, is this like a drop? I forgot that's how that worked. Well, it could have been worse. That's fine. That's fine. I'll just take this and boop, boop, boop. All right, and boop. Oh, that's way too much. Well, that's okay. That's, you know, art is meant to be like it's not meant to be perfect. Like, I mean, technically, because we're being scored on it based on perfection, like it kind of is meant to be perfect in our specific case. But like, you know, it's not like, no, what am I doing? I clicked the wrong thing. I'm a fool. Okay. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. Oh, we just really wanted it. This is... Alright. Oh, but we could get to 69%. Okay. Let's at least get to 69%, right? Like, it would be really fucked up to not at least get to 69% before we end for the night. Fastest MS painter in the West. Might have explained it, but why are some of the tools crossed out? Because this is our randomizer. So those are some of my progression. So basically, the progression in MSPaint randomizer are your tools. You start out with one tool of your choosing. I always choose to start out with the pencil tool, because to me the pencil tool feels like the most basic thing, right? And then anything else you get feels like a nice progression from there. So I think it feels best to start with the pencil tool. And then so any of the things that have like the cross through them are tools that I haven't been sent yet. We're still missing them. Your other progression is canvas size. You start with like 1/3 of your total canvas available. And that's one of the big limiting factors on like being able to actually recreate your total art, because you literally can't draw sections of it. And then your other major form of progression is color depth. So you start out with the ability to make like RGB. However, the values are capped in a way that I don't fully understand, but it works. Which basically results in like you might be able to make yellow, but you can't make like multiple shades of yellow. Like, so like at the very beginning, you kind of can just make very basic colors, and then as you're playing, you can make more complex colors. And because your score is based on the like colors matching, like each pixel is being evaluated basically, so it matters. Who comes up with these? I can't remember off the top of my head the name of the person that made this, but I know that their Discord avatar is a one of the bunnies from Mario Odyssey. Progression sound, yeah, the progression in this actually feels really good. This is the third one of these that I've done, and honestly it feels great. Like, I've done this exact art twice now, and because Torny made this art as like an art for me to do during this, and I've thought about some stuff while doing it. I've thought about like just this feels good on its own, like having a kind of fun goal art makes this feel like a traditional, like, you know, randomizer game. The other thing that I've thought about is that I kind of want to create a generator to generate variants of this art. Like, here, let me oh, we're almost at 69. Hold on, let me get to 69% real quick. Okay, we're at 69%. Nice. All right, there we go. In case you're wondering what I'm talking about, down here, this is what percentage of similarity I'm at. Over here is what like my logical goal is. Be clear, we're not talking about AI generation. I mean, I don't think anyone would think we're talking about AI generation.
Just to be perfectly clear,
Okay.
you said generate, and
The fact that there's people that might think that generate always means AI generation is... I hate buzzword stuff.
yep,
Anyway.
fucking hate it.
But at any rate, I think it'd be fun to make a kind of a little generation script that would essentially make modified versions of like this art. So like what I was thinking about is like, you know, what if we had like the outline, the archipelago, and then a generator that could randomly like cut the colors up, and you know, like do this different ways, different hues. These clouds could be slightly different, and these lines in the background, they could be, you know, drawn kind of re-randomly drawn, and they could also be done as different things. They could be done as like you know, like crystally shapes or something, like lots of different stuff. I don't know, I thought that would be pretty fun. I don't think it would be too difficult to make, but my experience in doing stuff like that is pretty rusty. Years ago, I did some stuff like that using like a Java library that I don't even remember. And I also did some stuff in PHP. I don't know what I used to do. Anyway. It is time. It's time for the cat treats. Let's see. I'm gonna log out of this. Oh, we'll make a render his. All right. These are the treats. Let's see here. We have the treat ritual from Deadly. We have treat to each boy bee from Bear. We have a treat to each boy bee from Fedge. And a treat to each boy bee from Canis, making all 4 treats. I know that they know it's treat time. Did Oliver go to the other room because it's dinner time in half an hour?
Come on.
Veggie. 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 Veggie.
Ollie. Well,
You wanna hold
I
these?
guess you're... Oliver. Come on. You gotta hop into a bed. He's like, I go in this bed. I go into a bed.
Into a bed. Into a bed. Boom. 1. Chomp, chomp, chomp. 2. Chomp, chomp, chomp. 3.
Slurpiest boy.
Chomp, chomp, chomp. You didn't chew that one very well. Alright, and final treat. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Alright. So one of the cool things about this too, you can export your progress as a GIF, which can get very unwieldy, but it's kind of cool. Kind of cool to watch it being worked on. Alright. Where are we gonna go? Who's doing a thing? I like how Twitch is like, do you want to see other people that are doing art? Listen, Twitch. If you could show me other people that were doing MSPaint randomizer, then yes. Ooh. Cornfield just went live a little bit ago. So I might go to Cornfield. So Scap I don't know how late Scap goes. I've heard raring time. Scap, we went over to Scap's yesterday, I think. He's working on Ocarina of Time checks. We'll do a shout out for Scap for Async or Swim. If he wants to send. So if you do want to watch some more Async or Swim content, Scap is currently working on stuff. Scap has sent us stuff while we were working on Paint. We got some more palette slots from Scap while we were going. But we did go over there yesterday, and I think tonight we're gonna go over to Cornfield. Ooh, Cornfield is playing with the Metal OST. I do love the Metal OST. Maybe we can... So, I don't know very much about Little Nightmares. One of the fun things about Cornfield's randos is that they've been working on a Little Nightmares custom night skin, which is linked on her stream. Like, you can use it. She hasn't like made a public post of it per se, but also it's like available to use. Maybe there's a public post of it. I don't know. At any rate, it's a very cute skin. I don't know if there's any way that a grub makes sense from the Little Nightmares universe, but maybe we could convince Cornfield to make a grub skin. Right?
They have been making a grub alteration.
They
They're
have?
gnomes.
The grubs are little gnomes with Cornfield skin?
Mm-hmm.
I
I
didn't know.
believe they're because there's something from the game.
That's so great. That's so
They
great.
posted about it like last.
Okay, well,
week.
Torny knows things. Torny knows things. I don't know things. Anyway, it's gonna read over. Thank you for hanging out, everyone. Have a wonderful evening.